At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
We are at the St. Martin Diagnostic Center, a new part of the St. Martin Medical Center, you can say, because emergencies, well, non-emergencies, well, if you want to go and see your clinic doctor, or at least like real serious emergencies, you come here right across the Salt Gas Station in Simpson Bay. It's open from 6 o'clock in the afternoon straight until 12 o'clock midnight. Or 3 o'clock midnight, 3 o'clock a.m. I don't know the time yet, but it's really, really, really nice. The Minister of Everything set it up. We did an interview with him earlier, so we're going to go to that. But before that, I have the distinct honor of seeing the tallest musical sensation of St. Martin. And he's the tallest musical sensation, very historic. And that is, of course, the mighty Dow. Dow, everything okay?
On the night shift.
On the night shift, all right. Yeah. You no calypso today.
No calypso.
Calypso King, night shift, all right. You know, I always wanted to try it, but you always tell me that the beginners is be full.
This is a good place to try in case anything happens. We close the emergency.
Emergency room. You see, you get messed up. Right, you're absolutely right. Mighty Dow, our Calypso King for St. Martin, of course. And like I say, the Clem de la Creme came out today at the opening. Election ploy? No, of course not. It just so happens it coincides. Aha, aha. So you can come now to the St. Martin Diagnostic Center, and if you have an issue, you don't have to go to the medical center anymore for emergency, real emergencies. If you get shot, you go to the emergency room. You get stabbed, you go to the emergency room, obviously. But for like non-threatening diseases or anything that you feel you feel bad, you got a bad feeling like how I feel about this election, you come to the St. Martin Diagnostic Center. Okay, you have to make sure you get an ad from these people, right, Pete? I say St. Martin Diagnostic Center a while. You gotta get an ad from them, yes. Anyway, we did an interview with the minister, and we give you highlights of this event. And today is also the start of a new segment that we have called Court with Dick, or Dick in Court. I don't know what we do yet, but it's going to be amazing. All right? This is the Late Night Show. Welcome. Let's begin.
We're here today. We are finally starting the HAP, the non-urgent emergent care for GPs after hours from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. This is truly something that the country of St. Martin needed. I have said it over and under, no fault to SMMC, but they are overburdened. So what this does is allow some alleviation to that stress that SMMC faces. So persons should not be waiting for 5-6 hours when we have now more than one location to tend to your non-urgent emergent care. So I'm happy, I'm ecstatic for the country of St. Martin today.
May I have your attention, please? I would like everyone to take a seat. If that is possible. Presence of Minister of Health, in particular, also of Labor, the Honorable Minister Omar Otley. He's here. Give him a round of applause. Usually on a Friday evening, you don't get him out to these kind of events just like that. So it's also good to have with us Member of Parliament, Sarah Westcott Williams, in our midst. Give her a round of applause. We also have in our midst the Director of the SFB, Mr. Glenn Carty. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I say evening because this is the last stretch of the day for me. Okay? It's now started for many people, but it's ending for me. When you get to my age, you'll understand that. Without any further ado, I would like for us to stand for the St. Martin song, which will be delivered by a nurse, Danuska Fredericks. Give her a round of applause with Danuska Fredericks with the St. Martin song.
Nature's beauty very nice. How between our green, flamboyant beaming, our flowers red, our sunlight set, like cows and sheep and goats in meadows on the road. Thy donkey scheme, can I forget? Oh, sweet St. Martin's land, so bright by beach and strands, with sailors on the seas and harbors free, with the chains of mountains green, variously in sunlight sheen. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty very nice. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty very nice.
When Denaway, now I gotta tell you this, when Dr. Denaway hired me, I'm hired, to do this, he told me, Fernanda, I want it to be lively. So I want people to be happy, I want them to laugh. And I said, boy, Doc, all what's going on now, you know, and like everything else, I'll blame the war in Ukraine. Everything. So I said, people can't laugh now, it's war in Ukraine and so on. So it's going to be a very serious and solemn afternoon. I want everybody to leave here feeling sad, depressed. Are you feeling it already? Yeah, okay. Now, I'm somebody I like to get people up and running. Let me tell you something, Doc. The other day I was called to the St. Martin Medical Center because a friend of mine, he tried to commit suicide. So they asked me to come and, try to, build him a booster. So as I got there, as soon as he saw me, he said to me, Fernando, I know why you're here, I said, you know why I'm here? He said, yeah. I said, why am I here? He said, because you heard what I tried to do. I said, what did you try to do? He said, I tried to commit suicide, but he said, you don't have to worry. I'll never do that again. I said, why not? He said, boy, that thing almost killed me. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and let's welcome to the podium to address you, Dr. Danny Denaway. No?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Thank you everybody for coming here today. This is a very, very special moment to me and to everyone here, especially to my dad. I'm Danny Denaway, CFO of the St. Martin Diagnostic Center, but also a doctor here. Before I continue my speech, I just wanted to say thank you to a very special person. And the reason why we're all here today, and that would be my father, Dr. Denaway, so a big round of applause for him. None of this would be possible without him. I just want to start with that. My dad actually came to St. Martin 36 years ago with nothing more than just, his ambition to practice medicine, course, his devotion to people. He started off very humbly in a small consultation room up in Kobe, and through many, many years of hard work, everything you see in front of you here today. So that took a lot of effort, and I definitely appreciate that. About 5 years ago today, my dad found a real necessity for the HAP to start. And despite being continuously being put down by a lot of people in different positions, he took this aggression and he did what any resilient person would do. He persevered, and he didn't let anybody knock him down. So with time and patience, and of course a lot of hard work, these are all qualities that I would also like to have as a physician one day. Now, thanks to our current government, and I want to thank actually personally Honorable Minister Amrati for really being so supportive and seeing eye to eye on this project, on this vision, not just for St. Martin, but for everyone who comes to St. Martin, for the population and everyone around it. This is really like a milestone, a step in edge for St. Martin. And if it wasn't for your support, Minister, we would not be here today. And I can definitely say that. It is leaders like you who see eye to eye that can further growth in St. Martin and help serve the community. So thank you for that. We want to create a sustainable...
Dr. Danaway. Give him a round of applause again. Hearing him speak that way, I thought he was going into politics. But okay, he's doing what he does best. And here, you'll be able to get everything, even psychiatric help. Okay? If you have any psychiatric problems, I'll be the doctor you'll be seeing. I'll be here at night also. So, and no, I have experience in this. I've had people come to me who have, a guy came to me and said, Doc, I think I'm a dog. And that's a serious thing. I said, how long have you had that feeling? He said, well, since I was a puppy. So I have these things under control. So let's continue. And as you know, SZV plays a very important role in what we are here for this evening. So I would like to invite to the stand to address you, Mr. Glenn Carty from SZV.
This quality protocol has been served. Good evening, everybody. The good part is I don't have nothing to read from, so it can be either short or very long. So let's keep it short. No, so it's the meeting tonight. You are my all the way. Normally, when an establishment like this opens up, we wish you many, many customers. We wish you good business. That means I wish that a lot of people get sick, which is not exactly the case. So, but I'll explain you why SZV, this is important for SZV. Most doctor offices close at 5, 6 because after the docs, they go play golf or they do nice stuff, or they go to nightclubs or stuff like that. It's a joke. But they mostly close at 5. So what do you do between 5 and the following morning? You go to where you only can go, and that's the emergency room. But you end up in an emergency room with perhaps a marble up your nose. Is that an emergency? No, it's not. It might depend on how deep the marble is. But you end up in the emergency room and already there are emergency cases in line, and then you have to do triage. Is this an emergency? Is this not an emergency? And then the waiting lines there can be rather long of everyone heading down to that location. And I have to say compliments to the St. Martin Medical Center because they do an awesome job with what they're doing. But the time has come where we need basically doctors after hours, and that is what this establishment is all about. So I would like to thank my SZV staff who has worked on this, and of course the ministry who had the vision to say, okay guys, let's get this done. So I'd like to thank all of you for putting a lot of work into this. I was asked earlier this evening if SZV covers rubber gloves. We do. We do cover rubber gloves, and I think there was about 2 cases brought today because I didn't know it was on the program, but there will be free prostate testing for all men here this evening. So after the event, can you please pass in the back and we'll gladly test you with the rubber glove. Having said that, everyone, have a great evening. Thanks again, and I'll pass it back down to the MC.
They want to take a picture of us. They want to take, there's a joke I made with you about 40 years ago. Take a picture of us. You can't take a picture of it? You can't take black and white? They say they can't take black and white. Thank you, Glenn. Give him a round of applause one more time. You were joking about the prostate test, right? No? No, I only do prostate tests on women. Yeah. Yeah. Never found one, but I'll keep searching. So I would like to call to the podium to address, Minister of Health, Minister Omar Otley. You so taller than me? I'll never make a joke on him.
Good evening. So Fernando, you do prostate checks on women?
Yeah.
What will happen if you find one? So tonight is exemplifies persistence. Persistence. Father, the son, persistence. Don't give up. Push forward. I think when I entered the ministry, one of the first things I did, I didn't just try to take control. I asked everyone, what do you have in the pipeline? What do you have working on? And everyone would give me their ideas, and some of the stuff was already almost done. And I've always said this, regardless of what, who, when, if it's good for St. Martin, I will bring it forward. I don't take a file and put it in the bottom of my cabinet. I move forward for this country. And when I heard about this program, I called Glenn and I said, let's get this started tomorrow. Tomorrow took a couple months, but we were on it. I would like to thank the entire SMV staff. Mr. Williamsburg, sometimes Glenn and I go rogue and you are the one that pull us back and say, guys. So we appreciate that. Because our philosophies don't tell me how it can't be done. Tell me how we're going to get it done. And today, I can gladly say we got it done. So as we cut this ribbon today, this signifies hope for the health care in St. Martin. Signifies hope for the people of St. Martin. As Minister of Health, I've heard many complaints of persons, again, no fault to SMMC because they are overburdened. SMMC was developed for a population of 15,000. We have a population of well over 60,000. We cannot expect the care that we need from a hospital that is not built for this capacity. So this here is a helping hand that we will continue to grow, continue to push, and continue to move forward. So I would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for getting me involved. Thank you for letting me see the vision. And on a serious note, we are in for Men Awareness Month, and I would like to encourage each and every one of you men out there over the age of 40, please check yourself. Please man up and take care of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Otley. Give him a round of applause one more time. And I second that, men do get checkup. If you can't go, send your prostate. Okay? They'll check it and bring it back for you. Okay? You gotta work on that one now, Minister. Don't tell me it can't be done. Tell me how we can get it. Yeah. Well, we are here to actually see the reality of us going in to this. It's not a new establishment because it has been around for quite some time, but now it carries a different duty, a different task. And we are going to cut the ribbon.
No, but MP Bryson, look, MP Bryson, this is exactly why I have confidence in you. You're a very intelligent young man. I know that from day one when I met you, which you know how that goes. Yep. And this is the level of discussion you need in Parliament, in those committees. I hope the audience and the people are listening. This is
Parliament right here would love nothing better than to say, let's allocate 10 million guilders towards helping our issues in social needs and so on. But how are we to do that when we have all of these conditions of, well, you can't get more liquidity, you need to cut, you need to do this. Many of us feel like we're in a position where we can't fully extend our ability to legislate.
But my decision is to stay where I'm at. At the end of the day, the way that MP Rolando Bryson leads, he allows me to work. He gives me that freedom to work. It's not always a phone call of pressure or do this, do that, don't do this, and that's part of the reason that I'm able to produce.
Any of the difficulties that this government faces today, I didn't sit down, do nothing, and have my staff write press releases. No, I got up and asked myself from opposition benches, what can I do? So I read my constitution, the one I swore to uphold, which gives us the rights to bring laws, to bring amendments, interpellation rights, inquiry rights. So we asked ourselves the questions at the time, what have we done? Regardless of...
He has represented this country qua what is expected of a parliamentarian professionally, and I can align myself with that.
Simply gone through a very difficult economic time and are simply asking of the tax department an opportunity to have a payment plan. And it seems that this is really done kind of like if they feel like how you talk to them, it's extreme.
St. Martin, we probably go far, and we know, search for a sign of a change. A Chino, it got days when you feel like a zero. I woke up this morning, but feel like Mark Mingo. Tomorrow be a better day. Respect is the key, education gon' matter, so don't you try to run away. St. Martin, the place where the food is good, the people is good, the music is good. We living like we on a road. They're trying to take us down, but I'm thinking, cause they really don't. Misunderstood. Oh Lord, help us protect ourselves, help us look in ourselves. We're searching for what they call the fire that's in ourselves. I just want to see the best for my motherland. I just want the whole world here to understand that we came from the bottom of the sewer, now we heading way up, high up unto Wonderland. Opportunity is yours, so make it happen. Taking action, change.
Some of them even say it's the guns on one coco, so they won't let me play, and they blaming polio. Who they think they could fool? All we know they better do fast. Polio or no polio, man we won, we mark. Mama when they hear they go get the carnival. Oh, all masqueraders on here. Well they didn't care if it was official, but they start turning peace on the street. And they start to jump around, and they start to tumble down, and they fall down on the ground. Yes, they see how they did. But what was so comical in the midst of Bacchanal? Rain comes and wash out Martin Bay. Who they think they could fool? All we know they better do fast. Polio or no polio, man we won, we mark. Mama when they hear they go get the carnival. Oh, all masquerade.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? But sorry, no sir. They got this game tonight and I can't miss it. Me and my boy, we gotta watch the game, So I bringing this in. You check? Alright, let me watch your leg. Watch your leg.
Sir, sorry. Why so difficult? Look, I'm watching TV here on my phone with the Tel TV Plus app. You really gotta upgrade.
Okay, so Miss, tell me about the Tel TV Plus. I hear about this.
Okay. So once you apply for Tel TV Plus, you can enjoy it anytime on the go.
Anytime?
Anytime.
On the go?
On the go. You simply download the app, log into your account at any time, sit back and enjoy. You will never have to miss your match.
Yo, bus driver, take me back to tell him now, please.
Welcome to the Court of Dick. I'm your host, Judge Dick. Court is in session.
All rise. Now presiding the Honorable Judge Dick.
Now, let me give you a rundown of what happens here at the Dick Court. We give you the straight up facts of what happens in the courtroom here in the lovely island of St. Martin. Of course, many people don't have a time to read or just to pay attention to what's happening. But a lot is happening in the court sessions, and that's why we decided to make me an honorary judge and just give you the information. That's what it's all about. Let's go. Let's do it. Yes, you with me? You good? You with me? You with me? Okay, good. Let's do this. Man given community service for molesting 2 girls. Child porno. And St. Martin's supposed to be a real place. Community service. You hear? Did you hear what I say? Did you hear what I say? Did you hear what I say? No, I don't think you hear what I say. Community service for molesting 2 kids and a child porno. It might as well Jeffrey Epstein had just come here. It might as well he did. Anyway, let's go. Former school bus driver G.A.L. Duzon, 51 years old, was handed 180 hours of community service and suspended 9-month prison sentence for molesting 2 girls under the age of 12 years old, one of whom is a relative. Whenever it's something ridiculous, I do that. That's ridiculous. He was also found guilty of being in possession of child pornography. The court of first instance on Wednesday found Duzon guilty of molesting a 9-year-old girl, one on 3 separate occasions from January 1st to April 30th, 2022. Duzon's wife had been babysitting the victim at their home. The victim told police that Duzon's unwanted advances started one day when he grabbed her buttocks and lifted her onto a bed. His wife was not around when this happened. I swear, the writing of the Daily Herald is like some graphic novel. Like they're trying to make it spicy. Like it's a child we're talking about. Why we have to make it so spicy? Like, take it easy, guys. Take it easy. What's with the? Okay, it started one day when he grabbed her buttocks, lifted her onto the bed. His wife was not at home. Anyway, that's for the Daily Herald. Write better. She said he told her that it was an exercise with her clothes still on. He placed her in a sexual position and rubbed his body on hers, and she also said he touched her vagina and breasts through her clothes. Afterwards, he told her that he would beat her if she told anyone. She told police that this happened at least 3 times. Once, he even showed her a 6-second video of a mobile phone that depicted an underage boy having sex with a grown woman and asked her if she wanted to do that. The video was found in a police investigation of Duzon's mobile phone. Duzon admitted to all these acts during Wednesday's trial. Although he said he was wrong, he still emphasized that the girl's clothes had stayed on. But she's 12 though. The father of the three and the grandfather of one also admitted to pinching his relative's buttocks multiple times in 2021. The girl was 11 years old at the time. For this crime, Duzong said he was at fault and told the court that he had apologized to the girl's parents. However, he also said that he did not know that pinching someone's buttocks was a sexual act. What? You can't grab nobody's ass. They say in the United States, you can't do that. And you're 51 years old, and the girl is 10 years old. Why are you touching her buttocks and saying that you didn't know it was a sexual act? Well, pinching her ass is a sexual act. Yes, Mr. Duzong, it's a sexual act if you pinch a 10-year-old girl who's a relative of yours buttocks. I'm gonna break this tail by the time I finish this thing. Anyway, the defendant abused his relationship with his victims on numerous occasions, said the prosecutor, who considered all three charges proven. He demanded a 9-month prison sentence, of which 3 months would be suspended and 3 years probation. Additionally, he requested that the judge impose 180 hours of community service on the first-time offender. In finding Duzong guilty on all charges, the judge described his behavior as disgusting and said he should pay for the trauma he had inflicted on the 2 girls. However, the judge deviated from the prosecutor's demand. Instead, she sentenced Duzong to a fully suspended 9-month prison term and 3-year probation. This means that Duzong does not have to go to prison unless he commits another crime during the probation period. I upset now. If he does commit another crime in the next 3 years, then he will be forced to sit 9 months in Point Blanche prison. Additionally, the judge imposed 180 hours of community service, demanded the prosecutor. So if he does it again, he gets 9 months in jail. Ooh. We stopping pedophiles straight in St. Martin, boy. Ooh. 9 months? Anyway, Coulafet shooter sentenced to 4 years in youth detention. Oh, this is an interesting one. Remember Coulafet? They had a big fight, shooting. Somebody gets shot, somebody didn't get shot. A girl was involved, a girl wasn't involved. You don't know what happened after. Well, the Herald has a full story. The court of first instance sentenced on Wednesday Jason Arinel, 19 years old, to 4 years in youth detention for firing twice at a tinted vehicle in the parking lot of the Little League Stadium on Pond Island in the early morning hours on July 3rd, 2022, after the conclusion of the popular Bus the Change Coulafet event. 2022? No, it happened this year. Talking about July, this year. It was in 2022. Haley Herald, get your days correct. 2023, not 2022. They had no shooting. Oh, they had a fight last year. But no, this year was a shooting. 2023, not 2022. Daily Herald, writing. What's happening with you guys? Anyway, during Ariel's trial on August 23rd, the prosecutor demanded 9 years in prison considering the charges of attempted murder and gun possession proven. Although he was 17 years old at the time of the shooting, she argued for Ariel to be sentenced as an adult. According to the criminal code, persons between ages 16 and 18 years old can be tried and convicted as adults under certain conditions. Ariel's lawyer, Shayar Bummel, had pleaded for her client's acquittal of the attempted murder, arguing that there was insufficient legal and convincing evidence to prove that Ariel was involved in the shooting. Ooh, this is nice. Let's see how good the lawyer is. Ariel denied his involvement during the trial and claimed that he had been standing by the I Love St. Martin sign when the shooting started and not near the Little League Stadium. It is the verdict. In its verdict on Wednesday, the court described Ariel's claim of not being at the scene of the crime. Unbelievable. Instead, the court fell back on witness testimony that identified Arenal as the shooter and surveillance camera footage that seemed to show Arenal at several other young men walking toward the victim's car just moments before gunshots rang out. You have to check your alibi, guys. You have to check your alibi. You can't say you was there when you wasn't, because, surveillance is a real place. It's a real thing. Surveillance, it works. People actually, use it. They spy on you all the time. Like, we spy on you right now. No, don't take off your phone. No, don't take your phone. Don't take off your phone. We're joking. I'm not spying on you now. Just the Dutchies. Anyway, although the court ruled that Ariel was fully intent in killing the occupants of the car, it should not determine whether he acted on premedication, one of the legal requirements of the murder. To prove premedication, it needs to establish that the defendant had a period of quiet and calm reflection of considering the consequences of their actions. Let me see. I'm going to calmly walk over to that vehicle and take out a gun and shoot towards the vehicle. Is that premeditation? I don't know. Instead, the court found Ariel guilty of the lesser charge of attempted manslaughter. He was also found guilty of 2 counts of gun possession, 1 count of 9mm pistol he used to fire on 2 men sitting in the car, and the other for a .38 caliber revolver and 5 rounds of live ammunition that was found on him when he was arrested on September 3rd, 2022. These days, it's all over the place. Anyway. However, the court did not sentence Arenal as an adult. He had been demanded by the prosecutor. Instead, it found to be sentenced as a juvenile. Yada yada yada. During the trial, the parents of the parents submitted a compensation claim of $50,000 for damages, emotional stress, 19,000 euros for medical bills abroad. Of course, their son is currently in the Netherlands for rehabilitative care. He has some movement in one of his arms, and there is a dim hope that additional treatment can be restored functioning in his other arm. Oh my gosh. Get well soon, my boy. Get well soon. In his verdict, the court ordered Arenal to pay $50,000 in damages to the victim's family. If Arenal does not pay, he will have to spend an additional 285 days in prison. $50,000 is the highest amount that can be awarded to the injured parties in criminal proceedings. For the remainder of the family claim, the judge told them that they cannot submit that case. They have to do it in a civil case. This is for the government not establishing the damn victim support unit yet. Remember, we're supposed to have a victim support unit that's supposed to help victims in these specific cases, specifically. Anyway, Kulafet shooter sentenced to 4 years in youth detention. So now you know. Horrible that it get named after the event, though. Kulafet shooter. But it happened at Kulafet, so hey. All right. There's one more story I wanted to mention here on Dick Court of Dick or Dick of Court. I'm gonna get it together. Don't worry. Suspended sentence for cutting neighbor with broken bottles. Why? It's 2023. Why we cutting neighbors with bottles still? What's happening? What going on? I'm missing something? Judge Dick missing something? We missing something? Tell me now. Anyway, the court of first instance on Wednesday sentenced a 30-year-old man to a suspended prison term of 4 months and 40 hours of community service for cutting his neighbor with a broken bottle on November 19, 2022. The KB resident did not deny hitting his neighbor over the head with a bottle during his trial on Wednesday, but said he had been defending himself after the neighbor had kicked him and thrown a drink in his face. Okay. In police custody, he told investigators that the bottle had broken after the first blow and he blindly continued to swing. You could have killed the man. Stop it. No, you can't do that. There's anger and then there's wanting to kill somebody. You literally, like, how much anger you have, like he kicked you, he what? He defending himself after the game kicked him and he had thrown a drink in your face. Okay, he threw a drink in your face, he kicked you. Why is it that after you notice you hit him with a bottle to defend yourself, it break? You still gonna continue swinging? You want to kill him? No, you can't do that. Anyway, the victim ended up with 4 centimeter deep gash to the cheek and a shallower cut to the right side of the cheek. Ooh. You gotta go Santo, boy. And the victim told the police that he had gotten into a fight the night before with 2 other men after a heated disagreement about the damaged car. He said he was demonstrating to the defendant how the other man had attacked him, but he had gone too far and accidentally kicked him. This was when the defendant ripped the drink out of his hand and smashed the bottle over his head. The victim told the police. It's not funny, sorry, but it's hilarious because you literally like just demonstrating how you got in a fight yesterday with your partner and you went a little bit too far and you end up getting your head smashed by your own drink. Like at least, anyway, no, I'm not giving any tips. Sorry. This is Daily Herald, you know. This is Daily Herald. They say so. Okay. The prosecutor considered that the assault charge proven based on the matching statements of the victim and the case only witness. Both persons denied that the victim had thrown a drink and described the defendant as the aggressor. The prosecutor also argued that the defendant had not been acting in self-defense because as he had told the judge earlier in the trial, he had the opportunity to walk away. In her verdict, the judge found the defendant guilty and handed him a suspended 4-month prison sentence and 40 hours of community service on 2-year probation. The judge told the first-time offender that she was glad there had been no further problems between him and the neighbor, but added that she still needed to give him a stern warning. Using a bottle as a weapon could have been serious consequences and cause permanent damage, the judge said. Well, it kind of did, Judge. He got a gash. He got a gash in his cheek. He's going to remember it forever. Okay.
The Honorable Judge Dick will return with his verdict.
My thoughts on the cases today. First of all, why a 14-year-old have two revolvers or 2 guns on hand? Is it that easy to get a gun in St. Martin? What about having one of those times, what do you call it? Like a 2-week or 3-week deadline, and you could come to the police station giving your guns. I think it's time we do something like that because the streets too hot with guns. And honestly, I don't like the fact that it's so easy to get a gun. I did want to get a gun for the man who was sentenced for he's not even going to jail for making a porno and harassing, sexually assaulting a girl. But hey, they're going to call me too radical if I do that. My verdict is that We need to do better, people. We need to do better. We need to do better. This is community service for molesting 2 girls and having porno possession is weak. We could do much better. Cooler fed shooter, sentenced for 4 years in youth detention. He almost paralyzed the guy, almost killed the guy. But hey, he's gonna be in youth detention because he was a minor at the time. He's not a minor anymore. But that's the law. Okay? Suspended sentence for cutting neighbor with a broken bottle. What happened to being nice to your neighbor though? Like, how the holidays gonna come around and you're gonna have to pass these people like afterwards? Hey, what's up, blood? Sorry, my bad. Sorry for gushing your face. But you know, the way that you were explaining was a little bit too rough. So therefore, you know, I had to like show you that I ain't no punk. So I had to gush your face in with your own drink. I don't understand. I don't understand. Anyway, court dismissed. And yeah, let's try to do better. And I'm sure we won't, because St. Martin is a real place. Unfortunately, the people, on the other hand, is what we need to work with. Until next time, have a good one. That does it for the late night show. Thank you so much. Let me just hit one now. One more. Oh my God. And I was in a pan man now. I was in a pan man. Make it worse. Mighty Dow, take us out. Late night show with Dick. See you tomorrow.